evening and welcome to Dalsan TV English News on this day of 6th January 2024, and we have a lot lined up for you. My name is Abdulrazak Ali, and let's take a look at some of the stories that are making headlines here in Somalia. President Mohamud denounces agreement between Somaliland and Ethiopia. Somali ambassador to Turkey resigns. Somali cabinet improves immigration laws to enhance security and delivery service. Turkey reaffirms Somalia's sovereignty amid simmering tension with Ethiopia. Welcome back to this edition of Dalsan TV English News. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud of Somalia has once again expressed his strong opposition to the recent agreement between Somaliland and the Ethiopian government. The agreement, which involves Ethiopia accessing a portion of Somalia's water, has sparked controversy and concerns over territorial integrity. Speaking during Friday prayers in Villa Somalia Mosque, Mohamud emphasized the importance of preserving Somalia's land and called for peaceful relations between Ethiopia and its neighboring countries.
President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud of Somalia has once again expressed his strong opposition to the recent agreement between Somaliland and the Ethiopian government. The agreement, which involves Ethiopia accessing a portion of Somalia's water, has sparked controversy and concerns over territorial integrity. Speaking during Friday prayers at the Villa Somalia Mosque, President Mahmoud emphasized the importance of preserving Somalia's land and called for peaceful relations between Ethiopia and its neighboring countries. The president's remarks underscore Somalia's commitment to safeguarding its territorial independence and rejecting any attempts to compromise its sovereignty. During his address, President Mahmoud highlighted Somalia's historical stance on foreign interference and emphasized that the nation's land has always been reserved for its own people. He stressed that in the 21st century, it is unacceptable to relinquish Somali territory to external entities. President Mahmoud called upon Ethiopia to maintain peaceful relations with neighboring countries and to uphold its own territorial integrity. He emphasized the importance of reciprocity, urging Ethiopia to respect Somalia's sovereignty in the same way it expects non-interference within its own borders. The president reiterated that Somalia will not entertain any discussions or agreements that compromise its land or sovereignty. In his address, President Mahmoud categorically stated that no one has the authority to cede Somaliland, and even discussing such matters is considered a crime. He made it clear that Somalia would never relinquish any part of its territory. Furthermore, the president asserted that Ethiopia's recognition of Somaliland would have no bearing on the status quo and would not alter the ground reality. His strong stance underscores Somalia's commitment to its territorial integrity and its determination to preserve its sovereignty. President Mahmoud's remarks highlight the deep concerns within Somalia regarding the agreement between Somaliland and Ethiopia.
Now, next to our next story, Jama Aidid, the ambassador of the Federal Republic of Somalia to Turkey, has tendered his resignation. Aidid cited his decision to participate in the upcoming presidential election of the Somali Regional Administration of Puntland as the reason behind his departure. The resignation comes as the race for the vice presidency in Puntland intensifies, with Aidid positioning himself as a prominent candidate. Jama Aidid, the ambassador of the Federal Republic of Somalia to Turkey, has tendered his resignation. Aidid cited his decision to participate in the upcoming presidential election of the Somali Regional Administration of Puntland as the reason behind his departure. The resignation comes as the race for the vice presidency in Puntland intensifies, with Aidid positioning himself as a prominent candidate. His departure from the diplomatic realm marks a significant shift in his political aspirations and highlights the competitive nature of the impending election. Ambassador Jama Aidid, a native of Seoul, has declared his candidacy. Ambassador Jama Aidid, a native of Seoul, has declared his candidacy for the position of Vice President of Puntland. In his statement, he explicitly stated that his decision to run for the office necessitated his resignation as the ambassador for the nation. In his resignation statement, Aidid expressed his gratitude towards President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud and the embassy staff with whom he had collaborated for over 6 years. He thanked them for their support and acknowledged the productive work relationship they had fostered during his tenure. Currently, Aidid is situated in the capital city of Garowe, strategically positioning himself closer to the vice presidential candidacy. As the election campaign gains momentum, Aidid is actively engaged in promoting his vision and garnering support from the electorate. Following the completion of the parliamentary election and the election of Parliament Speaker, the focus now shifts to the presidential candidates. The election committee responsible for overseeing the presidential and vice president election has been appointed, setting the stage for a highly contested race. Now elsewhere, the Somalia federal government cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Hamza Abdi Barre held its weekly cabinet meeting on Thursday. The meeting, which took place at Villa Somalia, the presidential palace in the capital Mogadishu, saw several key approvals. The cabinet of ministers approved the immigration law of Somalia and also endorsed the Immigration and Naturalization Directorate Establishment Law. The move is aimed at enhancing security measures and improving services delivery in immigration matters within Somalia. Somalia federal government cabinet has on Thursday held its weekly cabinet meeting chaired by Prime Minister Hamza Abdi Barre. The council meeting, which took place at Villa Somalia, the presidential palace in the capital Mogadishu, key being approved. The cabinet ministers approved the new immigration law of Somalia and also endorsed the Immigration and Naturalization Directorate Establishment Law. Ministers said that the regulations will significantly enhance and improve the development of service delivery for the citizens. The council emphasized that the laws will contribute to the improvement of the skills and capacity of officers, whilst promoting and reinforcing immigration and securing the nation's borders. During the meeting, various ministries presented their reports on security, education and health. Somalia has recently registered critical success in various sectors including security, as the East African nation gears up for major achievements and accomplishments in different areas. The lifting of the arms embargo, inclusion into the East African Community Regional Bloc and debt relief are some of the positive strides established by Somalia in last year as the East African country wriggles out of decades of civil war and turmoil that has stagnated development and derailed crucial sectors. Now on to our next story. The Somalia federal government has expressed gratitude to Turkey for its unwavering support. Over the years, President Mohamud held a phone conversation with his Turkish counterpart, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, on Friday, where he thanked the Turkish government for its stand against Ethiopia's aggression on Somali territory. Somalia federal government has expressed gratitude to the brotherly country of Turkey for its unwavering support over the years. President Mohamud, who held a phone conversation with his Turkish counterpart, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, on Friday thanked the government of Turkey for its stand against the Ethiopian aggression on its territory. President Mohamud said Somalia is grateful for the Turkish support and stand on its quest to defend and safeguard its independence and unity. On his part, President Erdogan emphasized and reaffirmed his government position on the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Somalia as set out by the colonialism. During the phone talks, the leaders highlighted the significance of regional peace and security and commended Turkish role in the nation building. Turkey has been a critical partner to Somalia in different areas including security, institutional reforms and economic development. Turkey also provides military training to Somalia, which have remarkably played a pivotal role in the continuous effort to eradicate Al-Shabaab militant group from the Horn of African nation. Now the story of Turkey and Somalia brings us to the end of this bulletin. This is Dalsan TV, Somalia's top #1 TV station for news and updates. My name is Abdulrazak Ali. We wish you a lovely evening.